On this episode, I want to talk about a milk scandal that's happening. So basically, 2 days ago, it was in the newspaper that a teacher got caught taking lots of milk home with them, and there was a big issue. So why is it a big issue? So first, let's start from the beginning. So in schools in Japan, elementary, junior high school, even preschool, you name it, along with the school lunch, there's almost always milk. Sometimes it comes with a tea, like a bottle tea or something, but usually it's a cartridge or a small cartridge of milk. And they tend to obviously have the same amount per classroom. So if there's 30 students, there's 30 milks delivered every day. And the thing what happens is, let's say a few students are sick, or some students don't come to school for some reason, or let's just say a teacher forgot to cancel an order. Sometimes students go on school trips, and if the teacher forgets to cancel an order, then the normal amount of milk will come. Usually they're good about that, but sometimes people forget. They're only human. So what happens is, if you got like a big school, let's say you have, like one of my schools, for example, is like 600 students, right? Let's say each class, maybe 2 students are absent, right? That means guaranteed every day, there's going to be about 25, 30 milks that are piling up, that are not drank. Now in the elementary school, what happens is usually if there's like 1 or 2 left over, then the students tend to do rock, paper, scissors, and then whoever wins gets the milk. Now that's technically, is it legal or not? I'm going to save that for another discussion. But the main concern is, okay, so whose milk is this now? Because yes, the school lunches, along with the milk, of course, are provided by the city. However, the city gets this money through taxing, so taxing the people. So it's the tax money that's being used to buy these school lunches with this milk. So who gets to drink the milk that's left over? So that's why it was a big deal, because this one teacher, not any of the teachers that I work with or anything, but in another city, he took home a lot of milk every single day. I'm not exactly sure how they caught on to him, but nonetheless they did, and there was a big backlash. So now there's a mandate that for all the extra milk, they're supposed to either throw it away, or we're supposed to send it back to the lunch center. See, like every afternoon they come, they deliver the lunches, and then about 2 hours later they come and they pick up the empty boxes or Tupperware that had the food in it. So the idea now is you're supposed to just give back all the extras every single day. But the thing is, once it goes back, they're not going to reuse those milks. They're just going to throw them away because that was that day's milk. So now you're in a sticky situation where some teachers are like, well, look, it's a waste. So why don't some teachers just take it home, or why don't you just give it to the students? There was one discussion where, well, students have after school activities, clubs and activities. So to hydrate them, let's give them sometimes like an extra milk or whatever. But then the argument is, well, it's not really our milk to give because it's the milk that was provided for this student who happened to have been absent, right? So then the other argument is, okay, well, if the student's absent, then the next day give them their milk from the previous day, and then they'll have 2 milks. But the problem with that is, then all the other students are like, hey, that's unfair. Why does he or she get 2 milks? And even if you explain, well, they weren't there then the previous day, well, then the argument is, okay, well, then why don't you give them double the food because they weren't here yesterday either? So as you can see, it's a big situation, big problem, all surrounded by milk. So I'm curious, where do you stand on this issue? Do you think A, teachers should just have the right to just drink whatever's left over and be done with it? B, should the milk be given to the students and after school activities, etc.? C, should the students just do rock, paper, scissors and decide that way who gets the milk? Or D, do you believe they should just be thrown away? Or let's go with E, you believe it should just be sent back to where they make the school lunches and let them deal with it. I'm curious as to where you stand on it. So if you want to let me know, just feel free to write down in the comments. If you have any questions about this video or any of my other videos, please just comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright guys, once again, thanks for watching. Bye.